Greetings, you beautiful souls. Welcome to the official Master Force Coach podcast. I'm Mushim Soot, your guide to this transformative journey. At Master Force International, we believe that greatness resides within each and every one of us, waiting to be unleashed. Whether you're a seasoned leader, an aspiring entrepreneur, or simply seeking to elevate your life, this podcast is your sanctuary for inspiration, motivation, and actionable insights. Join us every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern as we dive deep into the art and science of leadership, personal growth, and the power of the human spirit. Each week, we'll explore a new theme, from mastering the art of communication to cultivating resilience in times of adversity. Alongside special guests and Master Force coaches, trailblazers, visionaries, and thought leaders, we'll uncover the secrets to unlocking your spiritual, personal, and professional success. Thank you for being here, and remember, we are ascending.
All right. Cosmic weather with Mother Mecca 115 for the week of March 31st, 2024. Let us get started, weather lovers and loveettes. So, our destiny card for today, which is March 31st, is the Five of Clubs. And what that means is you're going to start feeling some changes and plans or your thinking, and you may change your residence or have the need or feel that you want to change your residence. You're going to have some travel opportunities. And this is so funny because I just got a travel opportunity. That's how I know all of these things are happening for real as we speak. Now, you may feel restless, and that is okay. That's going to bring the desire to explore new realms and feelings of dissatisfaction, which leads to urges of wanting progress. So it's okay that that's happening. There's a little more that's going on with the Five of Clubs as well. So as we continue to talk about that, the only negative side of this card is an unwillingness to commit oneself to any particular belief or philosophy. And that's because we have a lot going on in this mental state right now. So we're not understanding just one thing or the next. But hey, March 31st is not the only thing that's happening with our destiny card. We are moving straight ahead tomorrow. There is no April Fool's joke. It is what it is. Are you guys ready? Because we are in Mercury retrograde. It begins its 3.5 week in Aries today. Well, not today, but on April 1st, that's tomorrow. I'm moving on ahead because that cast of retrograde is already happening because the technology is going nuts. Okay, so we're gonna keep on talking about the retrograde. And so you will be raging, okay, around full speed ahead. You're going to be moving, but you have to slow down. You need to slow it down because you have to remember to read. See, a lot of people be afraid of the retrograde. You don't have to be afraid of the retrograde. You just have to remember to review and reevaluate. Let's talk about that a little bit more. So, when I say it again, don't rush, right? Slow it down. Do not start any new contracts. Do not buy a car. Do not buy computers and your electronic devices. You just be prepared and ready, because that's a read too, for it to be doing just a little things. Be patient, slow down, just take your time, keep uploading, keep doing whatever you need to do. And you need to research and channel the intense mental energy until Mercury turns direct. We got all the way to April 25th. So that is a month, right? Not so much a whole month, but it'll be almost a month. It's going to feel like a month because it starts on the April 1st and it moves to the 25th. Let's see what else is happening in April. So, what is Venus doing? Because if you remember last week, Venus was Venus and all that love. And I hope you got some love going on and that you really got it going, you know, out there to other people and receiving it and doing all of that social things that we talked about. So Venus is going to transit into Pisces and make a mystical conjunction with Neptune on April 3rd. So let's see more about what's going to happen on with that. So you're going to slide into a meditative workout. So, I told you it's going to be a lot going on. You're going to be want to rush because of that retrograde. You're going to be, Aries is in. So it's going to be a lot of mental things going on. But if you work out, do you some yoga, you slow it down. It's always good to help the less fortunate. Adopt a pet. It is so cute. My student has adopted our class pet. So he at this time, he or she, because we haven't revealed that gender yet, is at home for the week of spring break with one of my dear students. So she has already started doing what she needed to do in this while Venus is doing what she's doing. So be sensitive as well and compassionate, but do not get sucked into sob stories. Oh, woe is me. Set those boundaries. And on April 3rd, don't forget to go to bed early because we need to rest. When you rest and slow it down, it's going to help you benefit and do those things that you need to do. It's not over. April, the beginning of April, we have a lot going on. Okay. Take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath because the sun, lunar, not these words be getting me sometimes. Conjunction in Aries, BKA, so that's better known as the moon wobble, is in the second midpoint. It's right there in the midpoint of instability. Because remember, if you think about it, that 5 was saying that you're going to be restless and all of those things. Remember, we had that full moon and things like that with Aries and Libra. You were trying to balance out. You got to remember about last week what was going on. So this headstrong Aries will want to jump into many avenues, being impulsive, but do not give yourself a headache with all of this Aries things that's going on. We're going to continue to talk about what's going on in April right at the beginning of April, but finally we can close out on April 6th because the passionate Venus Pluto sextile on April 6th could initiate a huge collaboration project of transformative relationships. Okay, this is the time where you are going to transform those relationships, really be into communication because remember, it said that you need to be sensitive, you need to be compassionate, you need to just understand what's going on inside of you because this is what's going on in our universe. So you better get your blessings. You're gonna get your blessings. This is the time. We have a full week. I know that you felt some type of way. Now, remember, I am Mother Mecca 115. It's always good to contact me on text because I'm so busy with doing all these readings. So at the top here, that is a reading which I call Spirit Within. So it's basically your spirit telling you what you need and what's going on. A lot of times we have these thoughts in our head and we're saying, I don't know where these thoughts are coming from. That is the spirit within us trying to tell us things and we are second guessing ourselves, but that spirit come on through and say, hey, this is what you need to do. And then we have down here at the bottom in the left corner under me, that is a destiny reading. That's where I get the destiny cards of the day. So it basically tells you things, baby, from 0 to 99 years old. Okay. And then if you see that hoodoo tarot, yeah, that's me. Them bones. Yeah, so we got a long old story about that, but you can get one of those readings as well. But I always like to give you guys some inspiration to go throughout the week as well. And so we're gonna have one of these action cards. This is a healing energy oracle card, and we need that because remember, our brains, our minds, this everything is making us feel like we got all these thoughts. It's a mental time right now. So we have all these thoughts in our mind, but we're not able to express them sometimes. So what this card is saying is take action. My divine action incites love. See, this, I didn't shuffle these or anything. I just opened my box and it was right there on the top. So I was like, I might as well go ahead and do this. And it said it incites love and harmony. And that's what we're talking about. Because remember that Libra is still there and balance is harmony. I am aware of my thoughts. See here, and driven by positive forces. That's where that Libra comes as well, and that's where that Venus comes, okay? And that's where that yoga is, because that's going to give us some positive things to do. I listen to my heart, okay? Get that heart chakra going. My desire to manifest light transforms tests into growth, challenge, into opportunity. Remember, it said that we had some opportunities from on March 31st. All of these things shadows and it keeps going. And you will turn fear into love, because some of us, I feel, is having this thing of fear because we feel unbalanced and we are feeling this instability, and when you have fear that comes with that because you don't understand where that's going. So listen, it is okay, and you always need to know how you and how your birthday plays a part in what's going on. So that's why you need to contact me, okay? All you weather watchers, don't forget to review and take your notes and do things like that. Journaling is very important at this time, because guess what? You don't want to rely on these computers, because having that Mercury retrograde going on right now to April 25th, you may not know how to access different ways or be too frustrated to get back into your computer, or it may shut down on you. So make sure you journal and take some notes. Again, I am Mother Mecca 115. I love you all. Peace.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this week's Master Force podcast. And we are still in that conversation about we love to read. And we're sharing with you another book that one of our coaches have read. And she said that this has changed her life. So I'm going to introduce you to Dr. Tammye. Not only is she a Master Force coach, but she is a dear friend of mine, a #1 fan of Master Force. And she has made a difference to so many people by introducing them to the Master Force curriculum, as well as the work that she does with her own company called Restored by Tammye. Dr. Tammye, go ahead and tell them a little bit more about yourself, and then go ahead and get into this wonderful book.
Oh, absolutely, Mushamsu. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part. When you asked me about it, I thought about it has been since December of 2009 that I actually purchased this book, Reinventing the Body, Resurrecting the Soul by Deepak Chopra. Yeah. But also it was the start of my transformation in becoming an executive life coach, a holistic, doctor, and then many, many other hats after that. But wow, 2009, It's been a
That's
long time.
a long time. And so then how were you introduced to this book? What actually had this book show up in your space?
So in 2009, I was at one of the lowest places in my life. I had put on a considerable amount of weight. My daughter was graduating from college and getting married all at the same time. As the mother of the bride, you know, you're supposed to always be cute.
Yeah.
And I could not find anything to wear.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was, I'm only 5'2". I was about 240 pounds.
Oh.
And yeah, and I didn't even know where to shop at that weight because that was a weight I had never been, but I had been at such a, not knowing, such a dark place.
Yes.
I made the decision in December of 2009 that I was going to just kind of shut down for the winter. I was living in Chicago at that time, and you know how our winters are.
Oh, yes, good place to shut down.
Good place to shut down. And I was actually in the pharmaceutical sales industry at that time. And the last couple of weeks of the year is generally when we are off of work. So I thought, what a perfect time to go to. I went to actually, I think it was Barnes and Noble, Borders bookstore downtown
Okay.
on Michigan at that
Love
time.
that place. Yes.
I love that bookstore.
Yes, me too.
I went in and I said, I need to find books. I have not settled down and read in a long time. So that was my first thing, was I need to find a book.
Yes.
I see this book, Reinventing the Body, Resurrecting the Soul, sitting on the table, Deepak Chopra. So at that time, I was very heavy in the church. I was a leader in the church. And I actually looked through it like, is this a Christian? Because you don't
right.
you don't read books that they're not Christians. Okay. And so I kind of, and I said, I don't know. I don't see Jesus in here anywhere. So I put the book down. But as I walked around, my energy kept going back to this book. I said, I don't know who this is. I don't even know what this book is about, but I know that I need to purchase this and I'll figure it out.
Wow.
It changed my life. Now, I will tell you this, initially, when I went home to read the book, Mushimsu, I didn't understand it. It was too deep for me.
Really?
Yeah, I could not grasp the concepts. So I went on a detox, a fast, a liquid fast. And I began to remove the toxic thoughts, the toxic foods.
Yes.
I shut in. And after that fast, I went back to this book and it helped transform my life.
You just gave a full description of how foggy our brains are when we have toxins there. And we actually think we are so sharp, but we're not.
No. I was programmed.
Yeah.
What at my job, my church, everything, I was programmed.
Yes.
But when it came for me to do independent thinking of new material, I could not. I couldn't. So it wasn't until I detoxed. I went on a 25-day juice fast. And at that time, I had, someone who helped me to kind of get through the periods, actually a team of people, but initially I had someone who just kind of helped me, who just sat and kind of listened, helped me to change the brain.
Yeah.
And as I was reading the book, that's what Reinventing the Body, Resurrecting the Soul was about, teaching you how to connect mind, body, soul, how to change the brain, how to reprogram. and my life turned upside down.
And you know, people would not believe that a book could do that, but I remember running into Deepak's book work. I want to say that it was in uh, 89, and I was visiting with it was a company. Nightingale Conant had invited me in to participate as an author in their series.
Wow.
As I was going through their work, the owner opened this closet and he said, listen, here's a box. You can take any materials here that you want, because these are things that, you know, we've taken off the shelf and we don't use. So in there was Magical Mind, Magical Body by Deepak Chopra. But it was the audio series. It was like,
oh my goodness.
And Dr. Tammye, when I tell you, I started listening to that and I was like, wow, you know, that's when
that was in 89.
Yeah, it was 88, 89, because I didn't move. I moved back to Chicago in 86. But I remember I was still in the Schaumburg in this apartment complex, and I moved out of that in 90. So it was just before then. But I'm telling you, I was so impressed with his teachings.
Oh my goodness.
And I just wanted the whole world. I wanted everybody.
You know, so I didn't realize that. I never knew that.
Yes. Yes. That's who, remember when you started my courses, I started talking about the lemon water. That's where I learned it from him.
Wow. Wow. I didn't know we had
Ayurvedic medicine, the whole chakra, the copper body, and all of that. That was from,
because he's a medical doctor.
Yeah. And he's an Indian shaman in my world.
I was gonna say he evolved.
Yeah.
He got away from medicine, which is why I believe he has dropped the MD in some situations.
Oh, yeah. Well, because he's not practicing that. Yeah.
Exactly. He's on it. He transitioned to the holistic side.
Yes. The same thing that you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you were in pharmaceutical sales, right? Go ahead. Tell us a little bit about that. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was in the pharmaceutical sales industry for about 11 years. So 1999 up until 2010. And because I saw that Deepak Chopra was a medical doctor, I think that made me a little bit more comfortable in purchasing his book.
Yes, yes.
Because I came from that world. I work with doctors. My degree is biology, pre-medicine. So that's that whole left brain analytical mind. I thought, okay, this is not just how we do. This is not just some holistic healer from woo.
It's not as taboo. Exactly.
Because I that was not, everything I knew was medicine. Everything, my degree, everything I studied was medicine up until 2007, when I actually met Dr. Derek Williams and then started studying under him and Dr. Laila Africa.
Right.
But they were helping me with my personal transformation, which helped me get to the place of Deepak Chopra. But I had some deep programming going on, and I needed some deep therapy, deep rooted uprooting of all of the programming that was instilled in me all my life.
You know that,
and,
I'm glad that you're mentioning that, because we don't realize how we are actually shut down from our belief systems because of what we were told in our childhood.
Yes.
And we don't realize that it's saturated, not just in our thinking, but in our cells.
Yes.
It actually holds us there, right?
It holds us.
Yeah. So go ahead. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because I like how you said that, how you said, I couldn't even pick up the book.
Yeah. Yes. because of course I didn't know any of it. I didn't know what really happened until I went through Master Force Academy. Okay. I could not articulate all of what I am speaking about today until I actually went through Master Force. So that's why I'm always, so grateful and a cheerleader, because years and years of, I'm going to be a doctor, years and years of parents and teachers supporting you to become a doctor, to be able to, what I thought healed people. I thought medical doctors healed people. Mm-hmm. I did not know they just prescribed drugs and practiced medicine at that time.
They tried to tell us, Dr. Tammye.
They did, and we still cure me. Cure me. Okay. But I then, as I started learning about detoxing, and of course, what led me here was totally superficial. I just wanted to lose weight. It wasn't like I was trying to be
get the dress and look good at the wedding.
I was just trying to look good. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And feel good.
Feel good. Yes.
Yeah. So it took that for me to stop and say, okay, wait a minute, something is off. You're in church almost every day of the week.
Every day?
Almost every day, because I was in leadership. So I was over the leaders of the ministry, amongst other things. I was over the children. No, almost every day, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So between that indoctrination, along with just the overall school and teachers and parents and eating, because eating, commercials, TV, movies, drama, friends, toxicity, relationships, so that was so all deep rooted, in addition to genetics, things that were a part of us when we were born that we didn't realize it, bloodline curses, whatever you want to call it. It took me to get to a place of saying, you know what, enough is enough. Mm-hmm. I'm ready to learn the truth, because I have done everything that I know to do, because I didn't have any issues, obviously, financially. Made money.
Yeah.
I went where I wanted to go. I drove what I wanted to drive.
Lived where you wanted to live. Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
Why am I not happy?
Wow.
Why am I not feeling well? When I have dotted the I's and crossed the T's and did everything I was instructed to do, from getting married, having a little dream house, having the dog, and I didn't have 2.5 kids, but I had one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which was plenty.
It was just plenty.
Trying to do a doctor, exactly.
I go to church every Sunday. I go to work. I pay my bills. Everything that I was told to do. Why am I sitting in a place where I'm 242 pounds, unhappy, getting ready to have a stroke or heart attack? What is going on? So that's then when I realized that I had to go deeper. I had to do things differently than what I was programmed to do. Mm-hmm. And so this book represented.
Did you realize that though, Dr. Tammye, about the programming? Did you realize that there was programming yet when you were doing
Not at all. Mm-hmm. Not at all. You know why, Musha? So because everybody in my circle, we were all the same.
Yes.
We all the same. All the friends in my circle were pharmaceutical sales reps, or they were, corporate America, or so everybody was making money. We all thought the same. I surrounded myself with people that were like me from a more superficial perspective.
Mm-hmm. And then when you started moving out, did you lose some of those friends when you started helping?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I have 2 of probably maybe 7 or 8 that are still in my inner circle. Yeah. So I did, because now I'm elevating, and not from a perspective of I'm better.
No.
But my thought processes started changing as I started learning outside of this very, very narrow place that I had been taught. I started expanding by reading books.
Wow.
And talking through them. And then, of course, once I got in Master Force, I was introduced to so many books until I just, the brain just kept, like, my mind was blown of the information that I just did not know. A whole other world on how to heal myself, how to live a happier life was never introduced to me.
Wow.
How does that, how do you, and I was 39, getting ready to turn 40. I wasn't 20.
Right. and educated. You know what I'm saying? You are educated. You not just elementary, high school, and college, but we're talking about you did some studying to get, you see what I'm saying? And still the real truth had not been told to you about the ability of your body to take care of itself if you put it in the right state.
Not at all. And the mind, body, spirit connection,
is
which
real.
Deepak Chopra never thought about it, because we're taught, again, you go to school, you do well in school. That's the mental part. The body part, you go to the gym or you go play rope and, whatever, as a child, and then as an adult, whatever that looks like from a physical perspective. The spiritual is you go to church every Sunday.
Yes.
And those are very separate, independent areas of your life, because how you are at home or work is not how you are at church. It's not how you are with your friends.
No.
Total disconnection. So when I picked up this book, and one of the first quotes Deepak Chopra said was, "Life is meant to be a complete experience. The bond between the body and the soul has been severed." I thought, wow, what's a soul?
Yes.
Is that the spirit? Is that what is that? But it touched me so that I knew that I was entering into truth, and that I was getting ready to heal and restore the broken bond.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So I take it, Dr. Tammye, you recommend this book for people who are ready to what?
To transform their lives, to tap into their soul plan, why they are really here, not to just be mama, daughter, sister, brother, cousin, and work for somebody else and make somebody else money, but to actually discover the higher purpose of why you are here.
And it's not just to get status and make money and have children. I can tell you that. Or find soulmate. That ain't it.
It is not. Those are roles that we choose. We choose the roles we want to play, but that purpose, that assignment, that soul plan is something that we forget. And you taught us this. When we're born, we forget.
Yeah.
So then we are then led to discover, which we don't know, but we have our life situations that are guiding us, energy guiding us to truth. And hopefully at some point there is an awakening experience when you discover, oh, there's a bigger purpose. Oh, this feeling that I have been going against and opposite of for 30 years is actually my guide. My soul is trying to help me.
The whole time we miss it. And how many times do we hear people say, I should have followed my first mind. Yeah.
I knew better.
Your soul, your spirit, your guide is trying to tell you stop. But no, let me push through.
Yes.
Mm.
And it's through the experiences that I learned. And, you taught us this. Master Force taught us how to take responsibility for our choices and to do our self work.
Yes.
And in the book, one of the things that he talked about in changing the brain is breathing, meditation.
Yep.
So I read these things, but I did not, and I told you this actually recently, Mushamsu, one of our sessions, one of our times. I said, do you know, I didn't know how to breathe until I went through Master Force Academy. I was doing clavicular breathing from the clavicle area, which is related to anxiety and stress.
High stress, absolutely. You can hyperventilate right from there.
Exactly. That's how I was breathing. So because at that time we met together, we were in a classroom together.
Every week for hours.
For hours. And you would have us to close our eyes and breathe to center before we started every session. And every session, I had an opportunity to practice, and I would have one eye open, like, how are they able to breathe like this?
You had one eye open, like, what is this? What are they?
I don't, because you know how you guide us, and you're like, okay, breathing, and I'm like, I can't hold my breath that long, and then to slow, I couldn't do it. So that was something that I developed. That changed my life, but just that simple thing by just coming together and being part of Master Force. So the book prepared me, I feel, for entering into Master Force course, because I did have a foundation and some basis of why we were.
Yes, we're now more open and more available to the new curriculum. Because I remember us sharing before that there's nothing new under the sun.
Nothing new.
It's just that we're not aware of it. And so what we do at Master Force is we expose people to the knowledge that is designed to transform our lives. Somebody's learning that, they're just not teaching it in our classrooms. So that's why we do it at Master Force International Leadership Academy.
Yes, and that's why I'm always sending and referring my clients, because I teach, my old curriculum would teach you how to detox, which was to me the initial most important part of my transformation, was to detox, because I could not put in new information at all with the shell that I had going on. I couldn't do it. So I teach the detoxing piece, and then those that I know are hungry and they want more and they want to keep going in their self-mastery and their self-healing, then I would refer them then to Master Force Leadership and Leadership.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Tammye. You know, you're always one of the first ones to say, hey, let me share, let me give you my 2 cents, because it has high value. I thank you for that. I thank you for being someone that offers so much of yourself. And we look forward to later on as we go through this podcast. I'm sure we'll have you back again on a different topic. Until next time, you keep taking care of yourself and take care of the rest of us.
All right. Thank you, Mushamsu. Love you.
Love you. And we'll talk to you soon, okay?
Absolutely.
Thank you.